likes them fuzzy, furry, feathery, tough, and scaly. It's time for Animal House with Deborah Roberts.
And as always, Animal House is generously brought to you by Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. We'll tell you how to get in touch with Glenn at the end of Animal House. But now please join me in welcoming back some familiar guests to Animal House, Amanda Mossor and Jifu Jennings from the Central Florida Zoo.
Yeah! Skink!
This is going to be a really fun time for you guys, right? This is a massive ego boost, is it not?
Oh,
Love it.
absolutely. And this is my favorite animal, and I have no problem saying that.
Really? That's awesome. We'll find out why in a sec.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us what you guys brought along with us today. And by the way, if you want to tune in and watch, you can go to jimcolbertlive.com where we have the link right to our YouTube channel. But Amanda, who is this large and lovely lizard?
This is PT Cruiser. He's a prehensile-tailed skink, also called like a monkey skink, a zebra skink. He's got lots of names, especially because of that prehensile tail that they use, like a fifth leg, similar to monkeys, to grab onto limbs where they live in the trees and the Solomon Islands.
Now, is this animal, this creature named PT Cruiser because this one is super popular in the year 2001?
So his dad was actually born in the 2000s, so we have the
really?
whole family at the zoo. Yes,
Really?
so
He was born in captivity, this one?
he was. We have mom and dad at the zoo, and you can see both of them actually if you come and visit us at the zoo. But he has been in our ambassador animal department, and he loves it.
Really? Now, when you say the prehensile tail, how is it as strong as his other limbs or stronger or?
It is, if he really wants to. So prehensile means hand-like or grasping. So I've seen him a couple of times where he is sitting on his favorite branch in his exhibit, and his salad is all the way down at the bottom, and he will just hang by the tail and try and grab a few lettuce leaves without moving.
Really? That's pretty
Yep.
lazy.
That's
It is.
very,
Nice. That is pretty lazy.
I respect that
I
game.
do too. That's very dude-like.
God, I wish I had a tail.
No, it's interesting. Deb said something when you brought PT out to set him up right before we came on the air, that he's way bigger than we thought. And I have to tell you as well, we were kind of wondering, when you talk about the lizards, newts, skinks, iguanas, all the thing, we didn't know which one this was, and he's way bigger than I thought. Is he the biggest of that? Is there a certain family he's in that he's bigger than, or where does he fit in his family?
So he's definitely the largest skink species. Some say he was the longest, and there might be one that's like heavier, but we kind of say he's the longest, but he could be the largest, but I don't know of any that's bigger than him. These guys can be up to potentially 3 feet long.
Damn.
And they have a lot of really unique stuff about them that make them a really cool species.
Feel free to share.
So I learned today that these guys are ovoviviparous, but they have a placenta.
Okay, so hold on. I'm going to try this word. Jack, get ready.
Jack, get the buzzer ready. Get the buzzer ready.
Placenta.
Okay, wait, Ross, you get that? Good job on that.
All right, awesome.
Ovoviviparous?
Very close. You add an extra R.
Yeah. Ovoviviparous.
Ovoviviparous. There you go.
Yay! He gets a dong for that, actually.
That's a pot
Ovoviviparous.
spell.
What does that mean?
So,
And how many times did you practice that today?
the entire drive.
Yeah,
The entire drive. There's viviparous, which is us humans. We have placenta. We give birth to a baby. There's viviparous, which is, a snake you think of laying eggs. And then there's ovoviviparous, which is an animal like a herp, lays eggs inside of them, gives birth to the eggs hatch inside of them, and then the baby comes out. But there's still an egg in there.
Right, yeah.
Oh, Jifu, let him go. He owns the studio while he's here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
These guys are like the fourth thing that just ever got discovered today by me. Is like he's like a combination of the two. Like I've never knew a reptile could have a placenta, but these guys do it all.
He's a rebel. He's a rule breaker.
I know that there are some snakes that do that. Snakes that reside in northern regions give birth from eggs inside their body to protect them from the cold until and then they live birth them. I knew that. That's kind of now.
I did not know that.
So in the world of again, iguanas, anoles, all the lizard family, what separates the skink from the other species? Because he's got a weird looking head. There's no adornment. It almost looks like a snake's head.
A big thing about these guys, like versus snakes, is they have, obviously legs. They have ear holes. That's a big thing versus like snakes and things. But like among other lizards, is just very dependent on the species.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
But this prehensile tail makes these guys really important because not all skinks have prehensile tails.
Right.
Now, I noticed the gloves. Is that for protection? And how strong of a bite are we talking about?
Or is it the nails?
Or is it the salmonella?
Oh, it's actually the nails, as far as I'm concerned. Their nails, he's got sharp little claws to help them climb trees.
It's partially for nails, but also to give him a better grip. So my arm does not have as many crevices, I'll say, for footholds for him.
Well, now, how old do they live in? Well, in captivity, of course. How old will he make it?
He can be 25, 30 years.
Wow.
They're pretty good lifespan. And he's getting ready to turn 14 on February 24th.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Now, how many times has he mated yet?
I don't believe so.
He's only 14, Jimmy.
My bad. God almighty. I don't mean to be
dude.
creepy.
He just had his first beer a little while ago.
Yeah.
Will he hit you with that tail? Will he use that as a weapon?
I don't believe so. He'll use that tail maybe to anchor down so he can like try to get me with his claws, but they'll mainly bite. If they have a predator, they're going to try to stay hidden with their camouflage.
Right.
And if needed, they'll use their very strong and sharp teeth.
What preys on them?
Birds.
Birds? A bird's going to eat that thing?
Oh,
A
yeah.
hawk or an eagle? Yeah.
They're from the Solomon Islands, which is just off the coast of Australia, and we all know Australia has some really crazy animals.
Everything in Australia will kill you.
They have like almost all the poisonous or venomous snakes.
Exactly.
It's insane.
Spiders.
So PT Cruiser is this animal's name. Is there more car names for PT Cruiser's parents?
So we got any Marvel fans in the house?
Ross is a Marvel fan.
Yeah, I've seen him.
His dad's a wee bit cranky, so his name is Loki.
Oh.
Okay. What about mom?
Mom's name, I just learned it today. I can't
Angela
remember what it is.
Lansbury.
It's not. No, it's not Freya.
Is it Sandra Day O'Connor?
No. We do have skinks here in the U.S. and even in Florida, but they're significantly smaller.
Yeah, that's what we thought they were going to
Yeah.
be like an overgrown yard
Gecko or-
lizard.
yeah.
That's a gecko.
There's a lot of different types of skinks.
Really?
Yeah, they're like one of the largest families of lizards, is what Amanda was telling me.
Wow.
And they also, so he's an old world skink, so from more like
So
Asia, Africa, Australia, like that. Those animals are typically classified more as like, old world, whereas anything in the like Americas is considered new world. So most of the old world skinks are huge. Australia, there's like the pine cone
Skink?
the blue tongue skink, which a lot of people are familiar with. This
Seen
one
that
is
one.
one of the rarest species of skink
Really?
though, in the world. Yes.
Now, do
Wow.
I notice that he's actually changing his color as he's on the... He seemed to be a brighter green
Yeah, I
when he
agree with
first
that.
came out.
I agree with that 1,000%.
And then
I just noticed it.
Yeah,
It's
and
more
then
of
I'm
a
like,
lining.
wait a minute. He's kind of darkening up a little bit as he's standing on his stick.
So he actually does not change color.
I knew it.
Listen,
I was hoping. What?
listen, we're just drunk.
those are your edibles hitting.
But-
Once you jumped on
But-
board, I'm like, oh, please tell me he doesn't change colors.
Man, I got like 30 milligrams rolling to me right now. I'm seeing everything. You know?
No, but they all do. That's again part of their amazing camouflage. So their scales, yeah, they look two-dimensional, but they have these beautiful 3D modeling and coloring to them. I'm a fan, in case you guys couldn't tell.
Yeah, obviously.
But the last half of their scientific name is zebrata, and so like even though they all have this sort of greenish forest coloring to them,
Yeah.
they each have their own pattern. Like his dad is a lot darker and looks very different than him.
Really?
He's really unique in that he has almost this perfect zebra stripe pattern on his back.
Yeah, he does. It's very cool. He'd make a nice boot.
Jifu, what?
How
Okay, it's a
dare
joke.
you?
Yeah,
It's a joke.
seriously,
It's a
dude.
joke.
No.
Jesus,
It is
Jim.
a joke.
That's Jifu's
He's a
favorite animal.
vegetarian, and he's done nothing.
I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Jifu, I apologize for him.
Jifu, why is that your favorite animal?
Stop embarrassing us.
Or 2 baby shoes. It's a joke. It's a follow-up. They call that a follow-up in the biz.
Wait for the callback.
Yeah, really, it's not
We'll
going to
do that
get any
later.
better, ladies.
We'll do that later. So,
I know.
just out of curiosity, Jifu, you said immediately this was your favorite animal at the zoo. Now, you guys obviously have quite a few really interesting animals. What separates this one from the rest for you?
So it's just he has an amazing personality. Sometimes people think that reptiles don't have a personality. Some of them do. But the way that he explores his surroundings and all of the amazing adaptations that they have, that like some of these adaptations, like the prehensile tail, like normally you would find that in a mammal, but this reptile has it. He gives live birth and the babies are like a third the size of the parent.
Really? Already? They grew up there like, wow.
And they take care of their young, which is amazing.
Very rare for the
Really?
reptiles.
Male
Yeah.
and female.
And also, he just has a very cute smile, and that tongue is also, he's smelling with his tongue. So I hope everyone showered today.
Yeah, for sure.
Third of the size of the body.
That's pretty crazy,
That
right?
is a big. How many?
Imagine giving birth to a 30-pounder.
Yeah, I was about to
Well,
say,
they said
man.
it's like a 6-year-old.
See, ladies, it can always get a little worse.
So how
What
many?
did they do to the guy?
Yeah, no doubt. How many do they have at one? Just one?
Oh, basically one, unless twins are rare, but it's like one.
Twins? Where are they going to put them?
Yeah,
That's what she
why it's
said.
rare.
And here's another question: how often do they mate a year?
So it's just once a year because gestation, believe it or not, is like 6 to 8 months.
Wow,
I mean,
really?
you can believe it because the baby's so big.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, 6 to 8 months, they'll stay with the mom and dad, unlike some like not alligators, but like, sea turtles are like, good luck. But these guys
See you on
actually,
the other side.
They take care of them. They protect them. They, babies will eat the feces of the parents to get nutrients. So a good amount of animals will do that.
So they're vegetarians for sure?
Yeah, so unlike other types of skinks, these guys are primarily herbivorous. So he loves hibiscus flowers. You've seen he's kind of been moving around. He's not exactly the fastest, but he definitely can be. And if you put a hibiscus flower in front of him, he is so quick.
Really?
I think
wish-
Jifu skips to work in the morning on her way to PT Cruiser's cage.
You
Oh,
sure
I
br-
do.
Did you bring one with you?
No, we didn't because there aren't any growing. We were going to, but there weren't any growing near the zoo.
Do you feel this anger? Do you feel the anger?
Do you
I was
feel
very
hers?
upset when I felt that today, and I found out that there were none growing.
Have you at
Imagine his feelings.
this time of year? Have you used either PT Cruiser here or any of the animals at the zoo to try and pick the Super Bowl winner?
Not yet.
Good idea.
I guess you could put like something down there, a hibiscus flower with that would
One
be
of each.
one for each team,
Yeah,
and see
yeah,
which
yeah.
one he eats first.
Yeah.
How
Deb, go get us some flowers.
Sure.
how old are skinks? Not this one, but like the history. This
the
thing looks
species.
like a damn dinosaur.
Yeah.
They're pretty ancient, as far as I know. Lizards, their whole taxonomy and like family tree goes back pretty far.
I mean, they got to be one of the first, right? I mean, it's got to be like one of the first post-soup beings there is, right?
Yeah, that and birds.
And I've always thought that when an animal species is that old, that means it's damn good at doing one specific thing for its survival.
Hiding.
Yeah. What would be that one thing? Is it hiding?
Are we talking about skinks in general or just him?
Yeah,
Skinks in general.
just
So-
hiding from their predators or whatever. How do they make it?
So I think skinks have some of the most creative adaptations. So like I said, so the blue tongue skink, you guys have seen pretty common that they have that bright blue tongue, but there's variations among even blue tongue skinks depending on where they're from. But they have the blue tongue. There's the pine cone skink or sometimes the bobtailed skink, and it has its tail that looks like a pine cone but also perfectly mimics its head. And then you have him who has the prehensile tail and the amazing camouflage. And then you have our quick little blue 6-line skink, blue-tailed skink. So like all of their adaptations fit their environment, but they're all still called skinks. So
And
they're
you-
just master at adaptation.
And you can get all your skink love at the
Absolutely.
Central Florida Zoo.
And watch Jifu fangirl out. That's like, can I tell you? I'd pay $25 just watch Jifu fangirl out with this thing in the room for
She's
for
in love.
15 minutes. I would
She
just
is
leave.
in
Oh,
love.
anytime.
My God.
she is in love. She even sent me personal photos from her own collection of PT Cruiser.
That's your boy, huh? I like that.
He is a really fascinating animal. And Amanda, and Jifu, is there any really cool, interesting programs coming up at the zoo? We only have a few seconds
He's using
left.
his tail to hold on to dip down there. Check that out. That's so freaking cool.
Yeah, it's like a safety measure.
Yeah.
We do have our Bluegrass Festival with our Orion Center for Indigo Conservation, or OCIC if you want to shorten it. And in addition to the festival that's actually going on February 11th, if you want to get in early on the action, we have a silent auction going on, which you can see on our website. It's live right now, and there's a lot of really cool, fun prizes that I wish that I could bid on. There's some really good stuff on there, so definitely check out our website, and there's a link to the auction as well. If you just click on the Bluegrass Festival, you can also get tickets online as well there. It's $30 per person or $50 for two if you want to take someone.
Perfect. That sounds great.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Jifu. Thank you, PT Cruiser.
Oh, yeah.
Really appreciate it.
You guys are so good at this. I appreciate when you guys come in every single time. We want you to have a great week. Go always visit the Central Florida Zoo. And if you want to go online, centralfloridazoo.org, get your tickets. This is the time of year to go check it out. They're always doing cool stuff up there, and they're always helping conserve the nature around us. So support them as well.
Yeah, exactly. And the weather is turning beautiful. It's a great time to take the family to the Central Florida Zoo for the weekend. Thank you guys as always.
By the way, that thing just looked at Jifu and she blushed.
I do have a picture of when we took him out on Earth Day, and he's like winking at the camera.
It's uncomfortable now, right?
He's awesome.
He's a charmer. He definitely knows when there's a camera present.
I like
Thank
it.
you guys so much for having us.
Of course.
As always,
Always
thank
good
you
team,
guys. And as always, Animal House is brought to you by Glenn Klausman of Klausman Law. So if you or someone you know and love have been in a car, truck, even a motorcycle accident, here's just a couple of reasons why you need to call Glenn Klausman. One, you never get a caseworker at Klausman Law. You always get right to Glenn. And so much so, he's going to give you his personal cell phone number and then pick it up when you call. Just a couple of reasons why year after year he's voted super lawyer and legal elite. He's an animal lover and a true friend of the show. So again, if you've been in an accident, give him a call at 407-917-1718 or check him out online at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com.